Hello beloved friends, happy Wednesday to you. I hope that you're having a beautiful day today. I'm going to be sharing with you my everyday winter makeup routine with dewy skin. Okay, here's my first step. I always wash my hands really well before I do any skincare, any makeup, because it's very important that you're not spreading bacteria all over your face when you're applying your products. And make sure that you're washing your brushes and your sponges very often. I wash them once a week. I have already done my skincare. I splash my face with water. I put on my acne medication, moisturizer, and sunscreen. Sunscreen for me is a non-negotiable every single day. After that, I am primed and ready. I will take a little bit of this Bite Agave. This is a lip scrub, and I'm just gonna slew off any dead skin. Next, I'm going in with a product that was just sent to me by a company called Lawless. This is the Forget the Filler Lip Plumping Line Smoothing Gloss. I just got it yesterday. Yesterday was the first time that I had worn it. And this, I don't know if it really works. It says that it helps to plump your lips without the lip injections. So I don't know. Comment below if you notice any dramatic change. I will say that I really do love the way that it leaves the lips feeling really hydrated. It does say it has hyaluronic acid. Hyaluronic acid also is a really beautiful ingredient for the skin to make it look plump and hydrated. I'm gonna mix a little bit of this CC cream from It Cosmetics. I am the color Light. I'm gonna pump it once in my hand like that. No, my hands are super washed, okay? Then I'm gonna mix it with my favorite foundation right now, the Lancome Teint Idole Ultra Wear. This is amazing. It's an amazing, hydrating, dewy, beautiful, lightweight, just like your skin type of foundation. And I'm gonna mix the two, and I'm just gonna put a little bit just around the center of the face first. And I will take the It Cosmetics little dual brush and just go ahead and blend the foundation nicely throughout the entire face. What I love about this combination is that it zaps all of the areas that I want to conceal, but it also just doesn't budge or move throughout the day. The Lancome foundation, I think, gives the CC cream from It Cosmetics just enough of that luxurious feel, and it doesn't just cake up, and like, it just wears really well throughout the day. I have noticed when I mix the two. When I wear the It Cosmetics CC cream, I like it at the beginning, but then throughout the day, it kind of gets a little bit like creasy, and I don't know, I feel like it doesn't do the best job at keeping throughout the whole day for me. Personally, maybe I'm doing it wrong, maybe I'm setting it wrong, but when I mix the two, it just feels like it has a really nice staying power. I hope you can see how beautiful that is. And I like to apply it with the brush first, just to get it all throughout the face, but then I love passing a damp beauty blender all over the product. Sponge picks up a little bit of the product, and it leaves the skin looking even more like skin and less like a cake. As you can see, I have a blemish right here that definitely needs concealing, and sometimes I feel like less is more with the skin when I do have a bad breakout or something that looks like this, because if I try to cover it up too much, then it's just like, it's like more obvious, you know, like, girl, you got a pimple and you're trying to cover it up and I can see it. I will go in with the Hourglass. This is in the color Cotton. I have been working on not putting too much product on my under eye area because I'm 37, and for me, my main goal with my under eye area is to sort of make it look brighter, you know, and more awake, zap out those under eye bags, but at the same time, I don't want the product to be settling in my fine lines throughout the day. At the end, I will take my beauty blender and just boop, 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 the product. I have noticed that with this concealer, it is a really good concealer, but you have to work fast once you put it on. Kind of blend out fast. Take a little bit of the brush and just make sure that I don't have any product settling into any of the lines of my face. I go ahead and go with something to contour the face. This is Fenty Beauty. This is in the color Mocha, and it's the Match Stick. It's very nice, blendable, affordable, which I really appreciate. This is the foundation blender from Chanel. and I'm just gonna go ahead and buff the skin. So just to warm up the face a little bit, give it some depth and color. And notice that I have not put any powder on yet because I'm gonna go ahead and blend out all of the creams first on my face. And I'm even gonna do a little bit of a little W, very light, not taking obviously any more product, but just sort of marrying that bronzer together and kind of creating a little bit of just a flushed look, even though I'm super pale already. Then I'm going to make sure that my under eye area is just really nice and set, because I'm gonna do a new trick that I've been trying out that has been working really nicely to prevent creasing from the under eye area. I'm gonna go ahead and spray a little bit of setting mist. This one's the Lancome Fix It and Forget It. I'm gonna dab a little bit with my finger and just pat it really gently along the under eye area. I'm gonna let that dry, and while that dries, I'm going to zap out any oil from my eyelid. You guys know I had always struggled with not being able to find a powder that would help me from creasing up here. You know, the oily eyelid type of situation? I have found something that completely zaps that out. It is incredible, you guys. It is the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores Pressed Powder. This is like my powder for the center of my face, pretty much, and for the eyelids. I take this and just apply liberally all over the eyelid, and I do not crease anymore. Not at all. I don't use this powder all over my face because it is so good at mattifying. I don't like to mattify the rest of my face. I like to leave a little bit of light and dewiness to the skin. So for the rest of my skin, I'm gonna use the Laura Mercier translucent powder, which I've loved and used for, I think, a very long time. I'm gonna take a little powder and just dab like that. I think as you're aging, less is more. Less is more. Except right here in this area, I kind of go ham in this area. And actually, I do use the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores for this part of my nose. I typically get really oily around the nose area, so I make sure that I set it well right there. Okay, now that the under eyes have dried, I need to stop saying I typically. I feel like, you know, you get stuck talking the same way and you're just like, ah. What I'm gonna do right now is make sure that I don't have any creases down in this area now that it's dry. And I will take a smaller brush and I will take a little bit of this translucent powder and just really lightly do that. All set. I think the face is set. The only next thing that I'm going to do is grab a little bit of bronzer with a nice little fan brush, and I'm going to go set that cream bronzer that we had laid down. And I am going to take it like this, not grabbing any more product, and sort of marrying a little bit of that bronzer action onto the nose, the little bridge of the nose. I'm gonna go down a little bit right here. I feel like the skin looks really nice and dewy. You can still see I have a blemish, but you know, it's okay. We're all in the same boat, guys. Next up, I'm gonna use my Hourglass palette. This is the ambient palette they sent over just a little while ago. It's so beautiful. I've loved Hourglass Cosmetics for so long, and the reason why I absolutely love this palette is because when you travel, when we get to travel, when we go places, you guys, we can bring this with us. It has everything you would need to pretty much do your face after you do your creams. It has a beautiful bronzer. It is a little bit more shimmery. So if I use the bronzer, it's only to sort of give my skin just a little glow just on top, right? It has a beautiful highlighter. It is gorgeous. This is the highlighter. And you can just go like this on the high points of your face. Put a little bit on the bridge of the nose. I take a little bit with my finger. Oh, where are you? There you are. Take a little bit with my finger and dab it onto the inner corner of the eye. That's pretty much the only places I do highlighter. It also has two different blushes, and today let's use this one. This one is a really nice, I love Hourglass blushes. They are so just like, it's like a dream. They're not glittery, they don't settle in your pores. They just give you a beautiful, healthy glow. And then you do have these two, which are setting powders. I'm gonna go ahead and just do the rest of the face with that. And notice that I only did it on the parts where I kind of want to be a little more glowy. Next, I'm going to curl my lashes. All right, let's move on to the eyeballs. I have One and Done shadow from Revlon. It's called the Color Stay Creme eyeshadow in the color 710 Caramel. It is gorgeous, just gorgeous. A gorgeous color that you can just put on and get on with your day. And I literally just use my finger to sort of swipe a little bit of that beautiful color all over the lids. And if I do need to, I can just grab a little brush and sort of to make sure that that is nice and blended. Let me see, what did I do? Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah, that's it. That's all I'm gonna do. Every product is gonna be down below if you are curious to see what these products are. We're gonna be trying out a new mascara that just got sent to me from L'Oreal. This is the Air Volume Mega Mascara. So I'm gonna start warming it up. I'm gonna warm it up on my armpit. You guys know if you've been following me for a while, I warm up my mascara before I put it on because it is such a good tip. My mom taught me that. Okay, and just because I wanna make sure that I have a cohesive look, I'm gonna grab a little bit of the shadow and just run it down on the bottom, just a little bit, just to give, like, marry the two together, you know? Now, I'm gonna go in and do my brows with the Precisely My Brow pencil from Benefit. This is, I don't even know, like the 100th time I bought this. They don't send it to me anymore, but I buy it on my own because I am absolutely in love with it. I have tried so many of these out, and I just go back to this over and over. I love how light it is, and it doesn't deposit so much color. You can build it up, but it doesn't start off giving you crazy brows. As I practice more, I will get better, and so will you in whatever you are doing in your life. You are not stuck with no talent or a lot of talent. I think everybody was born with something to offer, with a gift to share, but we all have the ability to learn. And I think a lot of us are scared to learn because we don't want to look foolish, right? And at 37, I can tell you something. When I've allowed myself to be humble and to not know how to do something and be okay not knowing, it's amazing what happens. Like, you see progress and you see yourself growing, and I think it's beautiful. And I think it's a beautiful thing to leave our children, just a legacy of a love for learning. This is kind of the third time that I'm trying this out. Okay, what I off the bat, okay, well, that's great. What I off the bat can tell already is that I do love the brush because it's not super thick and it's not super thin. That's one thing I'm noticing that I like about the mascara. I did wear it out a few times already, and I did not see the mascara coming down and giving me raccoony eyes, so I can vouch for that. If you can tell, I guess it is very voluminous. I think I'm going to do this little trick where you get rid of some of the product from the brush because I feel like it has a little bit too much product for me on it. Oh my gosh, you guys, my eye is twitching. I called my doctor because I was like, what is going on with me? My eye won't stop twitching. And he said, how much are you sleeping? And I was like, I'm waking up at 5 a.m. each morning. And he goes, why? I was like, I need Jesus for homeschooling. Oh my gosh, you guys, I feel like if I don't wake up at 5 a.m., I can't have some time to myself. If I wake up at 5, I can pray, I can ask Jesus for help, I can work out and get, you know, all my aggression out with my workout. Okay, I'm gonna let that coat dry and then I'll do another one if I need to. I do have this little guy, which is really helpful. It's a little brush from MAC. It doesn't even have a number anymore, you guys, but it's a mascara brush, and you go like this if you have any clumps or lumps anywhere, and it helps you spread your mascara out evenly, and it eliminates any sort of mistakes that you could have made with a brush, perhaps. Or not mistakes, but you know, sometimes your lashes One day they are behaving well, another day they have a mind of their own. So this just kind of is a handy dandy little doodad to have in your arsenal if you don't already have one. And you like mascara, I think you would benefit from having a little brush like this. Okay, we're almost there, almost done. Now the next thing is I'm going to line my lips with this Matte It number 110, and this is again from L'Oreal. And I still have that hyaluronic acid lip plump thing on me. And I just discovered these from the drugstore. These are Maybelline's Lifter Gloss, and this also has hyaluronic acid, and this is in the color Topaz 09. It reminds me of my Fenty Beauty, but it's not the same color. This one, Fussy, is my favorite lip gloss of all time. It's just a gorgeous, beautiful, beautiful color, but it's more of a pinky. This one's more of a toffee looking color. Ooh, I love it so much. I love it. It is so comfortable on the lips. It smells like a coconut dream. Oh my gosh, I love it so much, you guys. Ooh, I'm gonna end all of it with a setting spray. And because I absolutely love fragrance, my look is never done without my invisible accessory, which is today, the Chloe Tangerine. Ooh, that was a lot. All right, beloved friends, that is the end of the makeup look. I hope that you learned something and that you caught a couple of little tips and tricks. Share it if you know somebody who is looking to know how to do their winter makeup. And obviously I'm not a professional. I'm just a person who is very passionate about Jesus, very passionate about you living your everyday life in freedom and knowing that you are worthy of love and connection, and that you are worthy of the ultimate beautiful self-love to yourself, to give yourself this time to get ready to put on some makeup if you like to put makeup on. If you don't, and it's just because you don't know how, I hope that my videos are helpful. Just because you don't know how to do something doesn't mean that you shouldn't try. Even if you're 37, even if you're 45, even if you're 76 and you haven't done makeup ever in your life, but you want to try, I hope that this channel encourages you and inspires you and gives you a feeling of you can do anything, and that if you just try, if you just practice, you're gonna get better at it. Pray that you would do your makeup just for fun, just to know, like, what does your face look like with this color on? What does it look like when you do this eye look? What do you look like when you do this? I think makeup is such a fun thing that God has given us. It's art on our face. That's what I like to call it. It's art for my face, that's it. It doesn't enhance your value. You already have value and worth that nothing can take away from you. Not a makeup product, not a boyfriend, not a title, not lack of something or abundance of something. You are worthy and valuable just as you are. And when you put makeup on, it's not to add value to yourself. It's not to validate you. It's to celebrate that your maker, he made you on purpose, and he made you in his image. And because he made you in his image, you can say, thank you, God, for making me. With my flaws and all, I embrace who I am, and I celebrate that. And I hope that you celebrate that today by taking care of your skin, taking care of yourself, especially in these times, you guys. They're dark, and I know that we're building character that we didn't even think we needed. I pray that you know that even especially in dark times, it is super important to give yourself those 2 to 20 minutes of just focusing on you, getting ready for you, getting ready so that you can feel your best. Adios.